Excalibur's insane. Wait, did I click Trick Room by accident? Why did I click Trick Room? Hold up. Today, we're using a team that my friend brought to the San Diego Regional Championship and featured Hawlucha that I convinced him to try out on his team. And it is a pretty powerful Pokemon, I think, in the format that was very underrated. Let's see how it's going to perform, though. This team features Hawlucha. Originally, the idea was to find something strong with Indeedee and Armarouge, which can sweep unprepared teams. Hawlucha helped to cover some Pokemon that could be troubling like Dark types and Amoonguss, while Swords Dance gives it another mode the team appreciates. Tinkaton provides a steal with Fake Out support for the Hawlucha mode, while Meowscarada and Focus Energy Hydreigon gives the team a fast mode and abilities to handle Dondozo. You have a lot of cool lead options like Indeedee Armarouge for Trick Room, Meowscarada and Tinkaton for Fake Out fast damage or setting up Trick Room potentially, and Hawlucha with either Indeedee or the Tinkaton for setup. If you would like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they will be linked in the description down below. Kingambit, Palafin, Volcarona, Salamence, Amoonguss, and the Pelipper. Okay, it's interesting to see Volcarona on this kind of rainish team. So, all right, Pelipper. Rain is definitely an interesting one for sure. I would, man, if I had a, can I knock out the Pelipper one shot? A lot of them are super bulky, so I kind of doubt it. I would love to lead, maybe, I don't know if I lead Meowscarada here, but it's not bad. I think Volcarona might lead for my opponent because I'm trying to figure out what their answer to Indeedee Armarouge combination is, and that's usually what most people fear from this team. I'd imagine it's something like Rain, maybe Kingambit lead here, which I think is okay for me. I want to say I lead something like Hawlucha Tinkaton or maybe the Indeedee straight away. That's definitely not a bad option here. I kind of like the Hawlucha Tinkaton lead. I think Fake Out's pretty good for the most part. I do kind of like Armarouge, but I'm not 100% sure. Meowscarada is definitely something I want to bring here. Palafin's just kind of weird because it can't Jet Punch my team, so maybe they don't even bring it. If they don't bring it, I see a lot less value in them bringing Meowscarada if that's the case. Hydreigon can be brought, but I think I'm going to go with Armarouge and see how it goes. Because just the fact that Palafin doesn't come to this matchup potentially is really good for me. Because I don't have to worry about Haze for my Hawlucha, which would be really nice here if I don't have to worry about Hawlucha. Just being able to set up easily would be really nice here. So we're going to see the lead of Salamence plus Volcarona. Okay, this is not bad for me. Tinkaton plus the Hawlucha right here. It's kind of interesting that they led this because I felt it was... all right. I want to do some repositioning, but I do not think this is that bad at all. I think Protect the Hawlucha is pretty safe, and I actually don't mind just going... like, here's the thing. What was stopping me from just going Armarouge Indeedee and just expanding Force now? I am going to go into Armarouge. I am the Flash Fire set. They will power me up in case. I don't know if they tear... I don't think you would ever tear Steel the Salamence in this position. There's also the chance that I could just go for an attack to Volcarona. There's a lot of mind games here. There's could be a double Protect turn one as well to, you know, just see what the Tinkaton's going for, because you know Fake Out's coming, but you don't know what else is coming. They probably just are trying to figure out what this lead does and try to make a mid-ground cover basis unless they really want to hard commit here. So let's go out into our Armarouge. I need to figure out what these sets are. Indeedee probably coming in is the next turn. Expanding Force is the ideal one. I forced a Terra out of them, which is actually amazing because the Kingambit can't Terra anymore. And if the Kingambit can't Terra anymore, that's pretty big for me. Terra Steel. Okay, they were really worried about the Indeedee swap in like a Brave Bird or Acrobatics, but that's not going to be the case here. So that's actually really good for me. So I will protect our Hawlucha. And imagine this is a fire move here then. Or Quiver Dance maybe. Oh, that's so good for me. That's so good for me. Here's the Flash Fire. There's no way you Draco Meteored into my Armarouge. There's no way. There's no way in heck you would do that. Tailwind. Okay, perfect. So Trick Room's very safe here. But I actually don't want to Trick Room. I actually want to go out into Indeedee, and I think I just want to click the Expanding Force and do as much damage as I possibly can. And yeah, I like that because I just like getting the damage into Salamence, which is the biggest threat to my Hawlucha, I think, right now on the field. If it's like Kingambit in the back like I'm expecting, and maybe like Pelipper, I'm really thinking Hawlucha can sweep after a Sword Stance, so I really don't need Trick Room up. Sure, it can benefit me in this like short position where Tailwind's up, But I feel like I just weaken my opponent's team instead, especially if they make passive switches. Like the Volcarona switching out. You're not going hard King Gambit, are you? You're going out in a Pelipper, looks like. Oh, they expected the Heat Wave or Armor Cannon. Beautiful. And if this is like Draco Meteor into the Hawlucha, that's amazing for me. So Entity comes out. Psychic Terrain. Expanding Force. I don't know if it knocks out Pelipper actually, because I've seen a lot more especially defensive Pelippers, so we'll see. But Hurricane's going to be more accurate, yeah. So here is something that I do have to watch out for. Does a lot of damage to Life Orb. No confusion though, which is fantastic. And Expanding Force is going to come out into both of my opponent's Pokemon. Does it pick up a knockout on Eater? That's actually a little bit disappointing, but I think that's all right. It's because... It's okay. It's definitely okay. I can... Wide Guard maybe comes out here. I'm trying to figure out how I position this. I think I just Psychic here. I Psychic the Pelipper and I just... Oh, I can't protect, right. Then I guess this is just Follow Me and Clear Smog. Or I could Trick Room here. Trick Room's not terrible, but I just don't see a need for it once their Trick Room's over. They probably save Salamence because they want to Intimidate, I think, for my Hawlucha. But now everything's looking like Hawlucha range. I'm pretty sure based on what they have right now. So feeling pretty good about this position. To Salamence attacks, they are going down. And yeah, I assume King Gambit's coming out and maybe like an attack with the Pelipper right here. So we're going to... Or a Wide Guard potentially. Yep, King Gambit comes out. It makes a lot of sense here. Oh, they double swapped here. A good double swap from them. But I still think that this is pretty good in the long term though. Okay. Follow Me gonna come out. Trying to think if the best place to keep Entity around. I think it is. Yeah, it should be. Wonder what the Volcarona full moveset is, because that's going to be what's really interesting to me right now. This is a... I'm not going to Heat Wave in this situation. I really want to sack Armor Rouge because I want the free swap here. Into, I think, the Hawlucha for sure. How much is the Psych Terrain left? A couple, okay. Unfortunately, I don't have the Unburden. So Salamence will outspeed me, so I definitely want to protect here with Entity. And I think I am going to go for an Armor Cannon. I'm going to target down to Volcarona if they double up my Entity slot. Which I don't think they should do realistically, because Armor Rouge is still a threat offensively, but we'll see. Struggle Bug going to come out. Okay, that is your move of choice. No surprise. Okay. So we've seen Struggle Bug, which KO's Armor Rouge actually just straight up. So yeah, thankfully I did not go for a Follow Me right there. And we're going to see a Kato Cleave into the Entity. Okay, perfect. I think this is pretty good for me. Rain up for me is actually pretty big. If their only move is like Struggle Bug right here, I don't see a problem with just going Hawlucha here and then clicking a Close Combat into the King Gambit slot. So yeah, I like this. Tailwind did expire for them, I believe. Oh wait, I still have my Psychic Seed, right? I didn't activate it. I thought I did for some reason, but no, this is super ideal here. I don't think Swords Dance needed here. I'm trying to figure out what is needed. I think I just Close Combat here, but do I expect King Gambit to live a Close Combat? I don't think so. I'm gonna Heal Pulse my... Oh no, I should Follow Me here because if they Rage Powder, then it's pretty bad, right? I'm gonna Close Combat and just Follow Me. They're gonna retreat King Gambit, probably sack the Salamence, which is fine. Or Pelipper. Either one works. Salamence is probably pretty ideal too. Yep, okay. Alright. I just want to know if this Volcarona has Rage Powder, because that's going to be the big factor here for me. But I do still have a Berry on my Entity for the Kato Cleave, so it's not too bad. Close Combat knocks out the Salamence, so Salamence no longer Intimidate factor. Tinkaton can still put in work. A lot of things I can do to win this game, I think. But my opponent still has out. Struggle Bug going to be one of them. Going to target down my Entity and the Hawlucha. That does so much damage to Entity, actually. That's a lot. Okay. I wonder if that Hawlucha's offensive here. Ooh. I mean, I think King Gambit still goes down to Close Combat at the end of the day. So it's looking pretty rough, I think, for my opponent. But King Gambit probably comes in, right? You don't go Pelipper here. If you go Pelipper here, don't I just click Acrobatics? Yeah, Pelipper came in. What? Last turn of Rain. I guess they could force an interesting situation, I suppose. I mean, I always protect Entity and I go for Acrobatics here. Or do I Close Combat? I want to say it's... Oh, do they double out the Pelipper? You know what? I'm going to Acro still. Oh no, the King Gambit comes. I knew I should have clicked close combat. It was so greedy to go for acro, but the thing is I want to live the +2 heat wave potentially, so we're gonna protect Indie though. I mean, I still think it's okay, right? Because the King Gambit slot still has. No, I think this is actually still okay. Here comes an acro into the King Gambit slot. Struggle gonna come out once again, but it's still really not doing anything to Hawlucha because it's resisted. And yeah, this isn't that bad actually. I really wish I did close combat though. Wait. Oh, rain is still up for 3 turns. Okay, cool. That's actually really good for me, Dead Stamp Rock. I follow me here and I click close combat. Yep. So Heat Wave is really not doing much to Hawlucha, even at -1 just because of this rain. The rain's actually really screwing them over right now. This might be King Gambit's swap here, which I think is okay for me. I want to say it is. It could be awful, but really just depends. This could be Rage Powder from Volcarona, which is kind of what I'm expecting, but they don't Rage Powder. It's still pretty good for me, especially if I live a Kabuto Cleave here. Volcarona retreating into Pelipper. That is a very interesting choice here. Okay. Because I mean, does King Gambit live a close combat, especially after the acro chip? I don't think so. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Pelipers don't usually carry Protect either, so I'm pretty sure I could just go for a Heal Pulse into Hawlucha here. I think that's what I always go for. I think Follow Me, I mean, they probably have only spread moves. Unless it's Overheat Volcarona, which I'd be kind of shocked of, but I think it's... yeah, if they're Overheat, I think I'd win anyway. So I'm going to Heal Pulse my Hawlucha here. And just Acro the Pelipper. I guess I should have Terrored my Entity because... should I have Terrored my Entity? I definitely don't Terror Hawlucha. I don't Terror... Tinkaton could have Terrored for the Gigaton Hammer extra power, I suppose, and that might be necessary. But especially if they crit me here, but we'll find out. Pelipper goes down, and Hawlucha's looking really good here. It really is, even with that mistake. But yeah, that was a chaos mistake on my part. Yeah, Heat Wave doesn't KO me here. No burn, which is fantastic. A Heal Pulse comes out. Excellent. And a Hawlucha. Nice. Last turn of rain. They can't knock out Hawlucha at all. I Heal Pulse again, and I Sword Stance. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Crit Heat Wave doesn't knock me out, so I think I have this sealed. I Sword Stance here with Hawlucha. Okay. I Sword Stance just because if close combat doesn't knock out Volcarona and then they get like a burn or something. Oh, that's even better. That I dodged so I don't have to risk like a burn or cheese or something. Okay, super sick. I think they need like crit burn in order to win. Otherwise, I think I just always won by getting a close combat off. Tinkaton is able to come out and I click Fake Out into Volcarona and just go for a close combat into... Actually, I could Fake Out... No, wait, why... Would it be Covert Cloak Volcarona? You know what? I'm not risking it. If it's Covert Cloak Volcarona, that could be a thing. And I really don't need the extra power, right? That was going to be forfeited. Hawlucha doing super well against that team. No Palafin because of the Psychic Terrain. I also could have teared Hawlucha, so I am benefited by Psychic Terrain, so they can't go for like a Sucker Punch if my Hawlucha is weakened. Murkrow, Golden Go, Tauros, Baxcalibur, Volcarona, and the Meowscarada. All right, so definitely a complicated team here for sure. There's a lot of things that I'm pretty interested on seeing here. I do want to try out some things. It's Murkrow. You shouldn't bring Murkrow in this size spam. I don't think you should. I've seen players do it though. I'm gonna do Hawlucha Tinkaton, I think, because I have Fake Out Pressure. I can go for a knockoff in the Golden Go if it leads. I'm trying to figure out what my opponent leads here, and I don't want to like commit to Indie Hawlucha because sure I can get the Sword Stance up relatively safely, I'm pretty sure. But the only difficult part is if I get intimidated, do I really want to set that up when that can happen? So I don't think that's worth it. I think Meowscarada in the back plus the Entity is pretty safe. I could go with maybe the Armor Rouge instead, but I kind of like the speed of the Meowscarada for my end game right here. Tinkaton can also put in some decent work here. Knock off the Golden Go is pretty big. If I can, it threatens the Baxcalibur with the Gigaton Hammer. Thinks the Meowscarada attacks really well. And Volcarona, well, that's why we're using Hawlucha for it specifically. So the main question is, are you leading the Volcarona? Which you definitely could. You definitely could. I don't know if you're leading Volcarona specifically next to Golden Go, for instance. Which, that could be a bit of a concern, but we'll see here. Volcarona, that's not Golden Go, that's Tauros. Okay, that's pretty good for me, I think. Is it? I mean, I would have just let Indie potentially, but alright. I mean, this is probably just to protect my Hawlucha here. I want to protect Hawlucha. I mean, fake. The thing is, I don't know what set this Volcarona is. I don't think it's Quiver on this team. It'd probably be support. I feel like you just get a sword stance up with the Hawlucha and fake out pretty safely into like the Tauros. I'm going to go for it. Because they also have to be kind of scared here because, right, something I could do is just switch out into my Initi and go for like a Brave Bird or Acrobatics. They switch out immediately, actually, into Golden Go. Good play on their part. Yeah, good play on their part. They protect. Oh, that's good for me. Okay, that's really nice for me, actually. All right, so I am able to get a sword stance up with the Hawlucha. Now, my only problem is I'm still going to only be at neutral after the Tauros comes back in for another round of Intimidate, but I still think that this is a pretty worth trade here. I think I want to go for a protect here. Also, protect Volcarona usually means it's not support, so it's not as bulky. So Acrobatics might be able to pick up the KO. I'm going to knock off the Golden Go. I want to get rid of his specs potentially, and just protect Hawlucha so I can bring out Initi if they do take a double knockout and a Tinkaton, or Tinkaton survives still in a good position. Fiery Dance. Okay, so it's definitely an offensive Volcarona. That's good to know. Okay. They get a special attack boost. Unfortunate for me. Make it rain. Okay. All right. Tinkaton does survive. That's actually a pretty nice survival here because I'm able to get a knockoff into the Golden Go, get rid of that Life Orb. So that's actually pretty massive for me. So yeah, goodbye the Life Orb here. And now an Acrobatics is looking really solid to me here. And a swap to the Indeedee is looking really good to me. For the Psychic Seed, I could also Sword Stance here if I could Sword Stance here. I feel the play is super scripted, right? I'm going to go for Sword Stance. You know what? I'll play aggressive with the Hawlucha. I think it's definitely viable because I feel Golden Go could definitely switch out into Tauros right here and to protect from Volcarona. Because, again, the Indeedee swap is so scripted here in Acrobatics, Chaos to Volcarona. And if you lose Volcarona, I feel that's a very bad position for you. On the worst case, I think even if they double attack, I do survive because of the Psychic Seed special defense boost. Also, the Golden Go being -1 and no Life Orb anymore. So I feel we're pretty safe here. We're bringing out the Indeedee. Looks like they didn't retreat the Golden Go though. So it looks like maybe they went on the offense here. Psychic Seed activates. Come on. A Terra revealed here. What are you terroring? Volcarona. Fire? Dark. Okay, so they tried to cover for the Indeedee switch this way, which makes sense. Okay. I mean, close combat's still going to obliterate the Volcarona, so I'm pretty happy about this position. Here comes a Sword Stance. Fiery Dance into the Hawlucha slot makes sense. This shouldn't do too much. Yep, and Make It Rain we should be able to take it pretty decently here. Yeah, that's why I didn't Terra. Make It Rain. Hawlucha survives. I think we live another one. Yeah, we should live another one. We're at +3. I want to say we can just KO with Acrobatics. So we're going to go for Acrobatics, and I'm going to heal pulse my Hawlucha right now. If they go Tauros, I mean, Tauros isn't even helping them, I think. They could actually go Tauros here. No, actually, no. Because I'm thinking that they could try to awkward hit my Hawlucha, but I just follow me with Indeedee next turn. I definitely want a heal pulse, though. If I can get this heal pulse off, it's amazing. So that's what I'm going for right now. Fiery Dance, protect. They say int. I'm pretty sure Acrobatics kills the Volcarona. This is a +3 here. Also, I should definitely easily live the Make It Rain here. So Hawlucha Terra. Please KO the Volcarona. If I don't, it's pretty bad. Or that works too. That actually works too. I'll actually take that. That's actually even better for me. Did they nasty plot? Because I feel like the only way you would make that play is if you nasty plot with Golden Go. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. But I did go for a heal pulse specifically into my Hawlucha, and now we have health on the Hawlucha, and it is looking good. It's looking good. They're at neutral? Yeah, they're at neutral. I don't think they knock out either one of my Pokemon. I think I just do the same play again. I think I just acrobatics and I heal pulse the Hawlucha. Because I'd rather do this play. I want to get rid of Volcarona because it's the main offensive threat. I'm pretty sure +2 acrobatics can knock out Volcarona still, so let's see. Okay, nice. Acrobatics into Volcarona. Nice, perfect. Flame Body, unfortunate, but at this point their team's super weakened, so I think I'm okay with this. Volcarona eliminated. Shadow Ball shouldn't KO Hawlucha because I have a Psychic Seed boost, and I didn't go for close combat, so I still have my Psychic Seed boost. Make it rain. Should live. Yep, easily. And I get a free heal pulse. Nice. Okay. Very, very good. Very, very good. If I didn't get burned, and like the best turn possible, but not that bad. I still have Tinkaton, which is nice in the back because I can still fake out. We're going to see Excalibur come in. Okay. And +3. I want to say I still knock out Golden Go with Acro. I think I'm okay, yeah. I can also close combat, but I don't know for sure. Maybe I should just Swords Dance here. Swords Dance isn't a bad play here, but we're running out of Psychic Terrain turn, so I'm a little bit worried about Aqua Jet endgame. I think I acrobatics the Golden Go, and I think I actually heal pulse the Hawlucha here. I'm gonna try it. I don't think they can knock out my side. They're gonna go Tauros here, which makes a lot of sense too. So they're all super weakened for the what's it called? My Meowscarada. So I'm feeling pretty good about this situation. Acrobatics and a Tauros, beautiful damage. Actually just KOs. Is that crit? No. That was just a neutral acrobatics technically because of the burn and +2 with the intimidate. So nice. Ice School Crash gonna come out in Entity. Perfect. All right, I think I win. I do think I win here. Actually, I could still very easily lose. I think it's if I get the call wrong here. I go Meowscarada for sure. Golden Go comes out, Meowscarada comes in. I feel like it's extremely hard for me to lose this game, but it's definitely possible. I think if they get a Protect read right. This close combat, I don't think knocks out Excalibur one shot. Excalibur is super bulky. It is a very powerful move though. I might double up the Excalibur just to see. Because Golden Go can't pick up a knockout here. The only problem is I am in Ice Shard range with everything. Or at least the Meowscarada if they attack. Okay, they protect Golden Go, and I think they were just hoping to live to close combat, which is really good for me. Okay, perfect. That's what I thought. Close combat. If I did just KO, I should have knocked off the Golden Go. But yeah, like even with a stab close combat from Hawlucha, basically at neutral, Excalibur's insane. Wait, did I click Trick Room by accident? Why did I click Trick Room? Hold up. Wait, did I click Trick Room by accident? Oh, thank goodness I flinched there. Thank goodness I flinched there. Wait, did I accidentally click Trick Room? Terrain disappears. Oh, I clicked knockoff. Wait. Oh, it's Scarf Excalibur? Did I forget a Tailwind or something? No, they didn't bring Tailwind. Yeah, it has to be Scarf Excalibur. I was like, wait, did I accidentally click Trigger? Did I throw? That actually could have been bad. Would that have been bad? Well, I flinched. No, it should have been fine, right? I think Hawlucha still beats the Golden Go in the end game. Scarf Excalibur? Oh, thankfully we did not lose. Thankfully we did not lose. Thankfully that flinch did not matter. But Hawlucha coming in so good there. Oh, the setup was perfect, I felt. And his timing was just really good for like everything. Like +3 acrobatics dominated Volcarona. Golden Go couldn't do much because I got rid of its item. And Tinkaton survived that combination. Fantastic. Dragonite, Golden Go, Murkrow, Rotom Heat, Sylveon, and Excalibur. Okay, this is a scary team. Now, what do I say you bring? Because your Armor Rouge Entity matchup is a little bit rough here, I think, if you're my opponent. There is the Ice Spinner on Dragonite potential, so that's the one thing I'm gonna have to really fear here. I really like Hawlucha if it can be set up properly. It's just Golden Go can be a little bit tricky. So the Murkrow, I mean, I don't think you should ever bring Murkrow here, but I've seen people bring Murkrow to this and I don't know what it really does for them. I want to go Indy. You know what? I'm going with Indy D Hawlucha. I really don't think you should go with like a Murkrow here. Gonna have the Hydreigon in the back, I think, or Excalibur's not bad either. The backs, or Meowscarada. I mean, Meowscarada is actually really good here because it can take an attack from Golden Go, especially if I tear the Hawlucha. Like, I'm worried about playing the haze situation, so yeah, that's probably better. Armor is the last one, I think, here, because I think I can still get. I still think I can Trick Room up pretty safely against this team, but I'm trying to figure out, okay, what are their counters to Armor Agility? It's a really strong combination if you don't have anything for it. So I'd imagine I'm trying to play around Ice Spinner Dragonite. So that's going to be one thing. That's why I want to lead the Hawlucha, because I want to have the Psychic Seed activated before and have that Psychic Terrain still available. We are going to see the Golden Go plus Dragonite, which is kind of basically a lead I would have expected here. Okay. All right. Entity Psychic Surge is going to come out. We will bring the... Okay. All right. Moment of truth here. I kind of want to Heal Pulse immediately. I want to Heal Pulse immediately to Hawlucha. I don't think Follow Me is it, because they would click Make It Rain here, right? Like, if they're going to attack with the Golden Go, it's going to be Make It Rain. The question is it going to be Ice Spinner coming out or not? I feel that this is Specs Golden Go, so that's going to do a lot of damage to me. So I think I protect Entity, and I think I Terra and I Swords Dance. Let's see how this is going to work. I don't expect a Terra from them at all. If you Terra Golden Go, that makes my job so much easier, but I really don't think you should Terra Golden Go here. Let's see. So we Terra Steel our Hawlucha. We benefit from the terrain, which if they are faster than Entity and want to go for, let's say, Terra Normal Extreme Speed, it works out. But I imagine this is Ice Spinner. Maybe it's in the Hawlucha, but if I catch them on the Entity, that's really good for me. I get a Swords Dance up with the Hawlucha. Okay. Looking pretty solid so far. We're going to see a Thunderbolt. Okay, so that is Specs. But the Hawlucha eats that up. Ice Spinner also into the Hawlucha. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good for me. That is pretty good for me. I'm really not scared of the Golden Go right now, but I maybe should fear. No, I'm actually really okay with dealing with the Golden Go. I'm pretty sure. I think I can just Follow Me here and I can go for an Acrobatics into the Dragonite. Yeah, I kind of like this situation because I can just aggro the Dragonite pretty safely. They don't have the best answers to it right now. I don't think I KO the Dragonite, which is a little bit of a shame, but I should be able to tank attacks just fine with Entity if it's just Choice Specs Thunderbolt, and maybe Dragon Claw could do something here, or Terra, I guess, Terra Blast, but if they Terra, then that's completely fine for me, right? We should be confirming that's Choice Specs because the only set that runs Thunderbolt is usually the Choice Specs Golden Go right here. It's the only one that affords it in its move pool. So Follow Me from the Entity right here. And we're going to see a Acrobatics into the Dragonite. So some pretty good damage. It's probably multi-scale, I imagine, because it took that so well. Thunderbolt. Oh, that's a bad para. Okay. And a low kick. Okay, they tried to get to Hawlucha, but that's actually really ideal here. Because now I could just Heal Pulse my Hawlucha. We saw how little it was taking. And I'm going to Acrobatics. I'm still going to have to come down to the Parachance anyway. Extreme Speed could be a last-ditch effort, which I think is fine. They might double up the Entity, which is cool, because then I get the free switch into Meowscarada, and that's a switch I would actually want here. So, yeah, we're just going to go for Acrobatics, KO the Dragonite, because Extreme Speed endgame is actually pretty rough for me. Then I got to figure out what the last Pokemon is, because that's a good question. I wonder if it's... They haven't used their Terra yet either, but any Terra on Dragonite's just going down to Acrobatics. I'm pretty sure that has to be multi-scale Dragonite to take that little damage from a +2 Acrobatics. Extreme Speed into Thunderbolt shouldn't knock out Hawlucha based on the damage. Like, the Thunderbolt, it's so little. The special defense boost was really important. We're going to see the Golden Go retreat here, which is really good for me, actually. Murkrow? Rotom. Okay, that's so ideal for me, actually. Okay, Rotom comes out. Extreme Speed into Entity. Yep, perfect. Please get the Heal Pulse off. That would be really lovely. Acrobatics KOs. Because if I get that Heal Pulse off, it's such a good position for me. Oh, come on. I'm worried about how much... Well, I think I should have one Make It Rain, but the problem is Murkrow in the back? That's a big question for me. Golden Go gonna come back out. Okay, wait, no, that's not that bad. If it's Golden Go coming out, yeah. I sack my entity here. Man, could have got the heal pulse. If I had a heal pulse, I feel so comfortable in this position. Yeah, we're gonna protect here. We're gonna see what they're gonna lock themselves into, I suppose. Gonna be make it rain. Okay, really ideal here. So it's gonna be make it rain into my entity. Picks up the knockout. Rotom could nasty plot, I suppose, but it just goes down to close combat unless you're Terra Fairy or Terra Ghost, which Terra Fairy I've seen. Terra Ghost I think is not really used at all. So yeah, I'm not really expecting too much from it. I'm going hard into Armor Rouge here and Armor Cannon. Or do I want to go Meowscarada? Meowscarada's not bad either. I kind of like the Armor Rouge play because if Golden Go wants to survive here, I get... Yeah, I think this is okay. If Armor Rouge comes in, I just go for the Armor Cannon. I do so much damage here. And I close combat the Rotom. Because Armor Cannon is just going to put on more pressure. Knockoff's not going to KO the Golden Go. And I kind of want the Golden Go to be locked into a move. I also pressure more things that could switch in for the Golden Go slot with Armor Cannon. And Make It Rain's not KOing either Pokemon because of my special defense boost on the Hawlucha. The Armor is just being able to live in the attack right here. So I feel very comfortable right now. We're going to see the Rotom Protect. Okay, so that's pretty ideal. As we're going to see... Okay, Excalibur is the only mon I could see being really threatening in the back. And even then, I think I have answers. So Make It Rain going to come out. Yeah, as you can see, Hawlucha and Armor both eat that up. Is that Choice Scarf actually? We didn't technically confirm the item. Did Dragonite? No, Dragonite moved after Golden Go. It's like, I don't know. That might be Choice Scarf actually, because -1 special attack from a Choice Specs, I feel like should have done more to Armor Rouge. But Armor Rouge is decently bulky, so who knows. All right, who are you bringing out? Is it Excalibur? I think that's Excalibur. Yep, Excalibur. Okay. All right, so... Do I risk them getting the double protect is the question. But I can close combat the Excalibur too. So this is kind of an interesting situation we have here. I don't think if I boost up the Excalibur it matters. So I might as well just go for the Armor Cannon because it's my most damage in the Excalibur. And then I think I go for maybe a protect here. Nah, I think I'd rather close combat. I feel like Rotom has to go for the double. But I could close combat the Excalibur. I'm just going for the Rotom. Let's see. This might be a bad play. See a Terra. Excalibur? It's Excalibur that actually works out. Okay, huge. Water? Fire. Ooh, that's one of the few sets that actually like really might give me a lot of problems. Okay. They really had to get the double. Oh, come on, man. I guess I could have read it and went for the close combat, but I don't think close combat KOs Excalibur. That's so bad for me, actually. That's awful for me. They have Terra Blast. Although I think actually, did I ever close combat him on? I might have the Dicycle Spear, any dragon move. So it had to be, yeah, it had to be that Terra Blast, Terra Fire set, or Terra Ground at least. But if it was Terra Ground, I was fine. Meowscarada in the back was really good there. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Armor Cannon. Not bad damage, but it's gonna get a boost here. Man, that double protect was so awful for me. I think I did win though if I doubled the Excalibur, but I wasn't scared of the Excalibur unless it was a Terra set, and it had to have Terra Blast. And I thought with Rotom Heat, you didn't need the Terra Fire. But yeah, looks like I'm wrong here. I thought it had been Terra Water if it was like a set. Trying to figure out what's the best play here. Let's go for a knockoff crit, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's so sad. I'm just gonna go for a knockoff here. Well, this game's over. Oh, that's super unfortunate. Also, like, if I got the heal pulse off into the Hawlucha, I felt a lot safer about my general position against a Rotom, because since we revealed it wasn't Specs and we had the Psychic Seed boost, I felt like it might have been fine to just Acrobatics the Excalibur too. So that's really unfortunate. Got a little bit unlucky in this game, but that is Pokemon, and my opponent did play to the outs really well here. This should be Ice Shard. And I should always lose. Unless they don't have Ice Shard for some reason. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're Icicle Spear, Glaive Rush, Terra Blast, Protect. And I can crit the Baxcalibur still. And then maybe 2-shot the Rotom. That's a bit of a copium right here. That's a bit of a copium. We'll see. Yeah, I didn't think so. Thunderbolt might just knock out the Armarouge at this point. I want to see how much Expanding Force does. Let's see. Thunderbolt gonna come out. I should survive 1, even if I'm -2. Wow, I take that way better than I expected, actually. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Hawlucha might have lived 1 overheat even. Ooh, just barely missing the knockout. Yeah. All right. I guess I could have doubled the Baxcalibur, but again, it really came down to did Baxcalibur even KO my Hawlucha with a standard set. It had to be Terra Blast. Like, my opponent had like all the things line up with the double protect and then having Terra Blast as well. But that's how it goes sometimes. Still pretty happy about how Hawlucha managed for the most part. And it probably would have won me the game too. It probably would have. All right, let's go over the games. The first game, lead wasn't amazing, but we were able to play around and force the Terra on Volcarona early, which gave me a clear path for Hawlucha to seal the victory. Only play I would change looking back was going for the close combat to the low health slot, since the switch out was very likely to buy my opponent some turns, and I would have knocked out the if it stayed in. Game 2, Hawlucha once again in a good spot, and I protected it well with Indeedee while being able to set up 2 sword stances to win the game. Heal Pulse was also really clutch in preserving the Hawlucha, as we saw there. Game 3, Hawlucha was great into this game, and I found a strong setup position, but unfortunately the double protect did screw me over. However, the read in the Baxcalibur slot might not have been bad to cover for the double protect, although my opponent did have the one set that could knock out the Hawlucha that turn. And Hawlucha, oh man, I was surprised to bring it to every game in the session, but yes, I did, and it was really, really solid as Unburdened, great, fantastic offensive typing, was able to be decently bulky invested, and Unburdened speed, really just amazing. So yeah, my friend didn't do super well at San Diego Regionals, but I do think the team had a lot of potential, and it was very fun to use. If you do want to try it out, there's a pace down below, but Series 1 has ended, but who knows, maybe Hawlucha can make an appearance in future series. But of course, check out the details of the team down below and the creator as well, and subscribe to the channel for more VGC content.